Hello guys, today I will be telling you about the piezoelectric effect, the capacitance, and the materials which we can have for tribal locations to generate the electricity because we can reduce the electricity transportation cost. And this is very good project. Department of Energy is doing it in United States. It's a very good project. And another NVIDIA is investing for making the data center for OpenAI. That's a really good project. And another thing is a little bit have a two CEOs, one woman and one man. So then it's because it's too brutal. It's killing the children, it's killing doing the bad things to go global and stuff. So if a woman is there, they won't be doing that kind of stuff. So better all the companies, Tesla, there is some one woman who is leading. She can become the co-CEO with the Elon Musk. And then there is another one, just the Nvidia. There is a one woman and one man. So that's how things will run smoother. Also, the STEM, they people lie because it's a STEM childs because they have a super childs. So STEM is a, like super childs. They don't have a hair on the body or something is more in the body. Some parts has been some guy has a development of bigger something hard brain and or nervous system is different. So super child is a STEM child. It's a STEM child. So sometimes it become problem, sometimes it is an advantage. So the problem becomes sometimes like the situation is sometimes the uh, uh, like uh, sometimes they can give problem also stem. So there's handicap people are there who cannot walk, talk, move, play the things. So they come become troublesome. Sometimes it's become troublesome. Whether it's the STEM childs are there. So and they are not you they are automatically generated by the computer. The supercomputer systems, the data centers are doing it, the STEM childs. And because it's like because the STEM is losing now. So the most of the STEM is science, technology, engineering, and management, and in mathematics. So STEM is losing. So that's why I was thinking if they can transform them into the system, like make the super childs, the STEM childs, and another thing is now I will be telling you about most of the companies, how their performance is, how they behave, how their products are, the reviews for the companies. So the number one is the Apple computing system. Very good for non-virus into the system. It's so the virus inside the system is very difficult to penetrate into the Apple computing system, Apple watches, Apple phones. So it's very powerful, and there is very less crashes into the system. Also, do not think like if the Apple is there, Steve Jobs is there. It's nothing. Steve Jobs is who's there. It's 100,000 engineers are working on it. Everyone is working on single material, their chip, their design, their everything. So it's not Steve Jobs or Tim Cook is there. So don't like say it's made by some guy or some it's made it's fine. Like you guys use the computing system. So because some people give trouble because of Steve Jobs and who has the phones. So don't do this. It's because 100,000 engineers are working on it, constantly working every year, every day. And then there is a Microsoft. Microsoft is very good office management system. Office management system is very good with the Oracle. Oracle is the human resource management system is there. In the Microsoft Office management system is there. Microsoft PowerPoint is there. Windows is there. And then this system is a little bit. They have to track IP address and the few free usage of the product has to be stopped. And then there is another company is Google company is there. So Google is very good. The only thing is it is it is search engine. It's giving the knowledge with the websites, and websites are created without the references, without the knowledge, without the proper information. So it is giving little bit wrong knowledge also. But it has the credibility score by putting the website up. But that is also search engine optimization is been hacked. Because of Singh in USA told me a long time back to have a reviews of the companies. So I'm doing that for him also. So the another thing is search engine optimization. So that's why I was saying the governments can little bit pay them for educating the children, educating everyone, little bit royalty or something from the government of all the countries helping the people to get the knowledge, get educated. With that, it will become another add another 1 trillion into the Google system ecosystem. And another thing is uh, their computing system, uh, it has to charge a little bit of money for a yearly subscription for the books, for the credibility score, for the credibility knowledge. So, and also the another thing is they can open source the credibility score to little bit like LinkedIn. So the profiles are there in the Google, and the people who are like, suppose if I'm a mechanical engineer is there, and some mechanical engineering video is there. Instead of just comments, just the likes, just the that you people earn more money. It's like a secondary passive income. To increase the passive income, then the people to increase the passive income, the workload can be reduced. Because even in the companies like big companies, Honda is there, or Chrysler is there, Ford companies are there, British companies are there, and the Israeli companies are there. Mostly people work like 40 to 40% people work. Rest 60% is just there sitting there ideal in most of the jobs, most of the work. But only the contract work, little bit is uh, the contract work is little bit precise and precision into the working of the system is there. So that's why I'm saying Google to introduce a little bit of that. It's gonna add another 1 trillion to their market capitalization. So all the governments can pay for educating the people, have a credibility score, and that can be passed through by some credible people. Suppose if Ivy League childrens are there, so another schooling system is there, or that those system is there. So the government, the teachers, they can have this they can score their they like credibility score, how much is the credible video is there, and what is the credibility score of that video, or knowledge of the book, or from the website credibility score. And in the and then little bit have to be paid so that they can pay but they earn from the advertisement, it's fine. Because if they are earning well, because if their revenue is generating the ratio of their revenue to the profit is less, because of that, because they don't charge a little bit of the money, it has to be paid subscription like Microsoft has. There is a free things also, there is a paid subscription also. It's a very good organization is there, Microsoft. So Google has to learn a little bit from them. Because what happens is, if there is some website, some people, or YouTube video is there, like my brother, he watched the video and he screwed the headlights. Because who is responsible then? I watch it from the YouTube, bring the stuff up, do the stuff, and the light goes off. And that thing is been transferred into the medical system also. So people say, okay, okay, they take the medicine, antibiotics, some guy write it, some random guy. So this one earn. So like Indian people are there, like the IT people are there. They will also earn from that secondary passive income, and the workload can be reduced, because the workload it's a again it's a stress to the system. it's a, it Once there is a more workload is there, there is a more stresses in the system, and then there is a more uses of material and food also. The consumption of the food is increased to very high level once there is a work. So the workload has to be little bit stopped. I promised in the book that I will be working for most of the people to manage the system. So this is like it's kind of like a board meeting for the company to manage their system, their ecosystem, their platform, and then they can hire more people, or have the passive income to the people, give the passive income to the most of the people, increasing the credibility scores. And in also the retail prices, Amazon updated it is fine. It's fine, well, because in Temu and other things is this is a fake thing is there. So then you like more Amazon. I used Temu for 2 3 times, and then after that I go to the Amazon store or eBay. eBay is good, but the products prices are very high. I don't know. It has to be updated. eBay has to compete with the Amazon, and they has to change their ecosystem. The pricing is on a website I go is a $20 price. Same product is $7 in Amazon. Right. So that pricing is I don't understand why that is there. So the monitoring of the pricing also has to be done. So instead of just reviews and the customer thing, a little bit more professional things has to be done. Right? The company says you cannot charge this more than this price for this product. The less can be anything. They can give discounts. They can earn from the more if the more volume of the product is being sold, then they can earn from that, or there is some secondary discounts are there, and they earn from the advertisement system is also there, right? So if the people are coming on their website, they are earning from the advertisement, and they can manage their product pricing can be reduced in Amazon or stuff, but there has to be a little bit more responsible and professional thing needs to be done. It's a free market, it's a free range thing is there, but again, you have to understand that it goes into 200 countries, not to 200 countries, 196 countries. 196 countries when it goes, they don't have the free systems there. They don't have the free speeches, the free market economic system there that everyone can monitor or understand the system, the government, because there is no backing of the government system. The people is not earning, the government say, I'm giving you the incentives, I give you the food stamps, I give you the money, I give you the things. In 195 countries, there is nothing like that. Even in Britain, is there is a council system. Has to be approval. There is a so much waiting system is there. Waiting time is there. Again, the Starmer is doing good. Again, everyone has to given a chance in the political system. Someone has named the guy Farage, so there was a kind of like a protection for those people. So this Farage means that so there's a secret services there. It's kind of like there are two things are running the world. One is like a central intelligence system is there, that is a secret service system is there, and that is a tunneling system, and then the system is there, right? The tunneling, they work from the tunnels and stuff because of the particle protection. So the bodies, what happens is once we run fast, we move fast, the body has a problems. The body got degradation of the organs is there. Once we go outside in the into the air of the or the where the wind is system is there, so we need to wear proper clothes. If we don't wear, our body gets sick. So that's why they are into the tunnel and they live longer. I told that like 2 years back. They live longer, 400 500 years they live. And another thing is, even if the material fatigue, what happen is the creator not on the particles, on the materials out rasa in the surrounding, in the core, in the ore, in the magnetic materials are there, everything is there. There is a damage to that material also, and the body also there is a damage from the particles, and from the creator also, the original creators, they reduce the system. And also the system, the invention system, little bit people are patriotic into the American system with the Benjamin and George Washington, but they were little bit, you have to understand, because the George Washington, they killed the Indian guys and red Indians, and he's had done some bad things also, right? So even in the tunnel, think about it. It is 2300 years back. They made the tunnel. Who is providing the electricity in the tunnel? Who is providing the computing system in the tunnel? Who is providing them? So that is why I'm refurbishing the all the American companies little bit be more professional, and then their earning will be more, and then there won't be problem in the dough, and the Bitcoin system is good, and the cryptocurrency encryption is there. Encryption is very good system for managing the data, for managing the data centers, understanding that it is kind of like the banking system is there. You people More people goes into the banking system. Now the free range system is there, the black market is there. In 90% of the world has a black market. So with the cryptocurrency, once you earn, you start paying a little bit of tax to the government, 2, 4, 5%. You go into the banking system. Once you go into the banking system, there is a smooth running of the system. The government runs really smoothly, very well organized system it becomes. So that has to be understand the double. And another thing is the Nike, the quality of the product is very good. I wear the shoes which is branded shoes are there, and you compare with the Nike or Adidas or another companies, Puma system is there, 3 4 companies are there, and then their quality is very good. If you are moving around for 20 miles 30 miles a day or a month, then you need these kind of shoes. So because what happens is they can afford, because they have more volume, large volume companies are there. They're selling the products in a large scale. Large scale they are selling. They can afford the testing, the stress test, the economic test. Then the pricing also can be monitored by making a batches of the system inside inside the machines. So they can afford those systems. So Nike, Adidas, Puma, and then another companies are there like so they make less things, and it's kind of Californian system is there for the for the products. And another thing is what happens is um uh, so people, they in Western world, what happens is the materials, the storage is there, the food storage is there, and if I am living in Western country like England or America or Europe, I'm using too many resources. I'm using the buses, trains, airplanes, airports, then the food. Grocery shops are so massive, so big. Then their refrigeration system is there, so big. Centralized air conditioning system is there. So we are using all those resources. So that's why the houses are small. Houses are small, so people has to be content with that. That the quality of life, the living standard is raised up very high, and it's so that's why they can afford small houses. They can live in the small houses. Their education system, the university, schooling, all those things are not there in other countries. Like not that organized well. It's a shared property. Everything is shared, right? Airports, hospitals, hospitals, universities, schools, companies, their stocks. It's a shared property. So be content with that, even if you have a small house. A little bit frictioning of the system is there. People think because so what happens is you travel more. You go to 10 countries, 15 countries, 20 countries, 100 countries, and the housing system is a little bit small. So what happens is, and then the pricing of the house is based on the convenience of the house. How much is the convenience around you in the surrounding? Also, the Farage, Nigel Farage, what happens is the older people will be fine, right? We don't have to hurt them. I am using their sources, the older people, their sources. They worked so many years, and someone initiated some startup, but they have become public. The people pays taxation into the system. Taxation is been shared by the companies, because what happens is if ever Google is there, if there is no electricity around there, company will be zero. Microsoft is there, there's no electricity around it, there is no roadway system around it, there is no airplanes around it, there is no H1B system around it, there is no IT system back in India. The companies, their value will be zero. So we have to appreciate those older people also, right? You don't have to. So what happens is older people, that is why the far age guy is there, so he can, everyone has to given a chance. It's not like he should win or that guy win. Everyone should have given a chances into the system. But I don't know why, because with the Keir Starmer, the childrens are been in trouble. I don't know why, what's going on. But there is a trouble situation because of his party, right? It's like he's into the Labour Party, the Conservative Party is there, then the Independent Party is there. So understand, and the Kohlenbrook thing is there, Langley is there. It's like who writes the who associate the writings into the system and make a new religion or something like that. And then they done because of in the Sikh religion the tenth Guru, and they punch the dagger inside the colon, the dagger inside the colon, and he died after that, the tenth guru. So and there is a beheaded person in the UK plate system is their integration of the system, and then that has to be understandable that someone made that to to attach them with that system. Also, we have to understand that the blast, whatever they done the blast and it becomes the asteroid belt, that has to be stopped, right? So we have to love the uh, uh, religions, Brahma, because the guy who wrote the Ramayana, Valmiki, he made the anti-king system and he done the cleaning of the system. In India, you go good people say, "Oh, I don't have to do the cleaning, cleaner will." But here in the Western world, everyone cleans the system. Everyone cleans their house by themselves. So it's very, very, very good philosophy, very good ideology, very good uh, motivation for creators, right? If I'm a creator, I say I made this thing. Look, everyone is working and cleaning the system up, and then it will give them motivation. That's why the animals are fine here. Birds are fine, animals are fine, fishes are fine, aquatic system is fine, the air system is fine. And another thing is the tokamak, the spherical tokamak, or anything is there. You harness the energy. Is a 1 million time the sun power is there. If you harness it in think about the energy storage system. That's it. Energy storage system is there for 500 years. It stay heated. You create a material. You create a material. So what happens is you create a material which can last for 500 years if you heat it up, like, or we can use the volcanic system is there, right? Volcanic system is there, and on the top of that, like a volcano magna system is there, right? So you can generate the volcanoes from that system and put the material like 100 meters on a top of it, which get heated with it, and it stays heated for 400 years or 300 years. And in the air you put the material and the air heats up with the convection, heating of the system, convection, uh, not conduction, because if you do the conduction, the material will be damaged, right? So you harness that heat and put the materials like 100 meters above or side on anything, and then that material will be heated, and with the conduction there will be a gradient of the heat. On the top it will be less heat, and the bottom it will be more heated, and that can give the electric potential, that can create the electric potential. If that cannot, that heat of the system, you can run the turbine with the water, uh, with heating the water from that thing, and running the water inside it, the water tubes, and that heats up, it creates the steam, it runs the turbine, and it gives you the electricity for 400 years for 50 million houses. 50 million houses for for giving the power to 50 million houses for 400 years. What else you need? So you don't have to throw the designs of tokamak. You don't have to throw the spherical or a donut shape is there. Everything is there. Everything will be fine. You don't have to worry about, because it takes time. 30 years, 30 years. People have spent 30 years to make that design, to make that system, and now the result of the system is not fruitful. The result of the system is not fruitful. So better go with this design and get the results out of it. And now the another thing is the clothing system. The Americans, what happens is their life standards are non-branding system. They don't go with the brand system because it's a basic. They think it's a basics. It's like you have to go one place to another place. High volume manufacturing system is there. The testing, ergonomics, the sitting, the everything is been done, and they don't have to change their behavior, change their attitude, change their system. But little bit the airplane system, if we reduce the flights, so if 100 million flights are running in 10 years, we can reduce it to 5 million by increasing their potential, by little bit of the G airplanes is there, little bit understanding the system inside, like the brands, the European brands, Louis Vuitton, another big brand, Ferrari, or or Italian and less homey brand is there, and other kind of stuff. And though they can invest inside the airplane to make it a little bit better, to have a luxury flights, and then we can reduce the flight number, that increase the plane life. If it increases the plane life, the profit to revenue ratio will be increased. Your profit to revenue ratio will be increased. That will give the incentives to the employees, and Europeans will get benefited with that. Americans will get benefited with that. The British will get benefited with that. Also, the IT industry is there in Britain. What happens is it is a system is differently designed. It's a mortgage based system is there, and inheritance of the system, wealth system is there. So, making a new house in America can afford. Why? Because there is a labor surplus there, and people want to come there to work at a reduced price. And there is a big machining of the system is there. Caterpillar is there, other big machines are there, and then the electrical grid is very smooth. The nuclear plants are there in most of the American system, so they can afford the new. So the houses in America is cheaper, and then in Canada is expensive. The same, the inheritance of the system is there, so little bit IT has to be reduced. It can be used, but the investment can be little bit done into the education system and airports into the system, or in the tunnel system. I proposed that Elon Musk is doing it, and Elon Musk has to introduce the electric bikes in all over 400-500 cities are there in the world. 400-500 cities in the world. You get this project, you earn $1 trillion. It's a very easy project. 400-500 cities are there. You make the electric bikes, small electric. It has to be luxury, little bit better mid design, not like the basic design is there. And no one wants to drive that. And no one, it doesn't look nice and stuff. It is a basic. So it's little bit luxury bike. They can make the Tesla. And 400-500 countries, cities are there, and I will help him attach to the system. I will help him attach to the system. To I will talk with most of the people in the countries, their political system, to get into the system and sell the products, and I will help him get the $1 trillion salary, right? But in the government system is different. Government system is different. Why? Because government treasury system is there, council system is there, the $2-3 trillion a year revenue is there. They have to manage. So, and another thing is medical companies. Medical companies are there. Uh, that that was started. in the outer belt for pediatric hospitals because of the Africa. Because what happened is they lost their originality. They don't know what happened is Africa. They lost everything. They lost. They don't know whether to go in West, whether go in Asia, whether you go to, but in South Africa is there, everything is fine. Most of the things are fine. But in the central part is it's very poverty is into the system because of the because an American system is the weather is very nice. In Africa, the weather is moderate. It's not that extreme. So they don't like that. They lose the wealth. If you develop the African system, then the Americans get in trouble. American gets in trouble. But Middle Eastern, they can invest there. Already investment is there. Big hospitals, um, uh, big luxury hotels are there to visit the places and other kind of stuff. Huh. And eating the meat is there is food. If the food is contaminated, you can eat the meat. It's fine. There is no option, so you eat. It's not big deal. But the another thing is little bit go into the religious system, understand the system, and people does hunting and stuff. There is no. That's why the Middle East they started the halal system is there or the food system is there. That's a we have to go to the originality, but we have to understand there is a more calling of the system, and the system is sophisticated system is there. That why the reasoning critical reasoning, you have to go with the critical reasoning why the system has been done in a certain way. In India, the Ayurveda thing is there. There is availability of the things are there. They has to be globalized because I'm thinking like when I use the those products, the life cycle of the body on that products effect on the body is good. Like if we use the other medicines, then there is some troublesome situation is there. There are side effects because it's not tested properly. It's tested on mice, human body, their organs, their parts, and so if suppose if a chemical is there, we if I have a headache, but the chemical goes in the whole body. It circulate inside the whole body, but the dosage is very small. That's why it's fine. It's fine, but little bit there are some complications are there. So that has to be understandable. The standards of the medical system has to be professionalized. So it is not. There are two things. One is professionalized. The another thing is branding, and the another thing is luxury brands. So the luxury brands they cannot afford the mass manufacturing, the testing, the lab system, the experimentation. So because what happens is if we go into the luxury things, then the lab standards, people who are working there, they get demotivated, right? So I'm working here, another guy is using $1 million clothing or system or using that, and then it gives trouble. It gives trouble to the experimentation, the labs, the universities. So the branding system has to be understandable. How the branding system is there, because then you'll start losing. It goes into the last batch. People don't want to go there. Easy money, go do the business, and then easy money is there. You don't have to do the lab work. That's how I started. Right. I started. I had a easy path to go with my uncle and then marry the girl and then go there and make $100,000 for a month. A month, $100,000. I make $100,000 a month, and I was having good life. But I go into the other part. I go into experimentation, lab system, the studying system, and the results are really fruitful. What results I get? I got an opportunity to talk with all the people technologically, like a technical god system. I become like a technical god. Most of the all the Netflix, the movies, the Disney, everywhere, and then there is a respect from the people, from the cars, housing, and then investment. So much investment has been done into the infrastructure, into the system, and I was monitoring them, giving them a projects, giving increase their salary in American system, increase their salary and added 7-8 trillion dollar in the GDP, and that sustained for every year. But again, the results are fruitful, right? But the problem is nothing goes inside the the nothing comes in the money. The money didn't come in the bank, but it's fine. I mean, they have some restrictions, so whatever is done. I don't care. And the another thing is, so that system has to be understandable. So here is the inheritance of the wealth is there. The education systems, the schooling, the universities, they have to go to the university schooling and non-luxury branding of the housing. Right? The houses are non-luxury branding of the houses. What happens is these houses are like 70, 80 million people are living inside the houses, in the houses which are small. But you have to understand how much material you are using. So and the labs people will go against you. You go around, big houses are there, the children having problem, their mental problems, psychological problems, the people are having problem, asthma, cancer, this problem, this problem, eye problem. Eye problem only the, you see the Bill Gates, their people only only the myopia or hypermetropia is there. Another there are close to 100 200 diseases of the eyes, the different kind of eyes diseases are there. So they don't look into the system, the experimentation lab system is there, they start giving them trouble. So understand that system, and and be content with the system. And you have to understand, make a list. What I do is make a list, what you do in the life, how much you travel, where you meet new people, how much is your contribution to the people. That's what I'm saying, the contribution of the older people is a lot. Mm. And another thing is, not be more patriotic to the older countryman. The statesman was there, the statesman. So so who was giving that tunnel, the oxygen was giving inside artificially. There is a plumbing system in the tunnel is there artificially. There is a access to the hospitals there. And then so that books was destroyed. And someone said, no, no, they didn't do anything. Americans done started everything, right? Americans started everything. But actually it is not. Who was using the computing system, remotely controlling the system 2300 years back? So this now, if we launch that system, we cannot give everyone that kind of computing system, right? So this is basic system is there, but be more professionalism system has to be understandable, and their human resource has to be understand, and that will increase their profits. And then the company monitoring of the system, little bit understand the system. This will help with all the people.